So to take this hand and roll it over and chop and grab as I do it and grab the second hand is an advanced move. I need to be trying to punch first. Yeah, let's turn just slightly. I need to be trying to punch first, and then I need to lose that punch. I need to have that skill. I can't just put this up and hope that it finds, right? If that's going at me, right, and I put this up to try to catch it, it's not going to work. I need to be pushing it up and drop it, and now it's that far over. Let's really do that for the camera, Isaiah. We've never really done that as well. So if we're here and I try to use an elbow to catch, and I try to put my own hand underneath to make this fancy Wing Chun move, and he's punching me in the chest, and I'm not going to be able to do it. Right? I have to already be out there, and he's punching over me, right? And I roll it up. Let's try it that way. Do a nice punch, like just fast in there. I say, yeah. So that's with no reaction. So I try to roll a box out from there. It doesn't work either. Ouch! Those are real. So because I'm just rolling over, he just keeps going straight, right? I need to try to at least push him over to the side. Okay, finally I can do like a karate upside down forearm block. What is that in karate? I'm sure it's got a name, right? And this upside down. Now if I try to punch him when he goes at me, we have this thing right here. It's headed towards my face now, right? So it's moved up that far. See that again, Isaiah? So there's this thing, and if I can get that and then I'll release it, I'm going to turn so they can see that. Back up. That'll be good. So we get this set up and then I release it. So it looks like that is full speed. But if I only do part of it, I get hit, or I go really high, and I think the camera can see I've been moved over, but as I release it, I can drop it down there under tension. He's trying to get to my face. Relax a little bit. He's trying to get to this. So when he gets pushed up to here, inside there wants to come down to like that. But as it comes down, I guide it over like that. And that's what I have over the top, or if he's a little taller, there's a spot right here to the eyeballs. Now, why am I so focused on this? The Buchi training set has to be right inside here. The training set. It's got to be these little tiny, the tiniest of moves. And you might not get all the way to this elbow on their wrist. It might only be a bong sao. Okay? So when you reach underneath with your own intent, I intend to reach underneath here, has to be put off until the here has been created with Chum Kiu monad training. You cannot start to reach underneath and try to do those back fists as you train that set. That is the fundamental difference between WT and what WT produces in a student under a technician after 5 years, and WC and JKD and anybody else doing it that way. All right, back on here. So when we're going here, oh, we got some tension now, right? As I roll to do the first attack from 6th student grade, and I come in with this attack, and he does his Bostepe style counter, both elbows go down, and you can't see him good. They're top secret. And then he hits me, push me away. Boom! Oh, they can't see your top secret Bostepe answer either. Yeah. So I get hit really hard right here. So the beginner, twist that way just a tiny bit. The beginner is not going to rely on what they sent out. This is an escape position for a beginner. They need to roll and put this shape up as it's happening. So they're somewhere through there, and they need to turn. And the goal for beginners, as I bump into the dummy leg, is that this bong sao that comes up late takes over, and the Wu sao practices protecting the face. So we do that again. I say, thank you. I go for this attack. He goes at me, and I'm jammed up because his answer is so good. So I have to make space and get this bong in there, and then I push him away. So that's how we teach it. And as the beginner and Iron Dog Jim gets better at this. When we go to right here, this hand starts coming up faster, and you find yourself in 7 already, right? So there's this point where the student is all the way in here, and they're pushing away. And then all of a sudden the student finds themselves, they're in here, and they've caught somebody, and they're already into, well, we got it all the way to the Buchi there. They're already into Judge Shun Punch, which they know as the second part. And then we know this, I'm going to skip it, just go through it one time. There's this ending thing, and then right here, I could come underneath with the Judge Shun in a compression. So you can't compress it and put it into a turn until the motor mechanics of the order and the center line that's used in training has been developed as an automatic muscle memory habit. You can't add to a muscle memory habit while you make the habit. You can't add to it. Now, we get into that move again, and I go to attack Isaiah, and I go right here, and as he rolls me over, at some point I could already be going in here like this. We had to do it in slow motion for safety. But again, this set where I learned to go like this and come in with this attack, and he beats me into this whole thing. Right, eventually there's this hand underneath. Oh. Right, so I stayed very square, and I moved him over, and my hand had a place to go. Yeah, he could grab me and pull me down there, but I don't get trapped because in the Buchi, I can turn sideways to make this space, and I turn back. So my second part here, if you've been allowed to use whatever type of this motion while you practice your Chi Sao and everything's all like this all the time, you have never imparted the muscle memory habit of being here and being stuck and then do a low elbow punch to my chin like that. Yes, when I do this next one, right? So you've never had the opportunity yet to be stuck under that pressure. It's turning me this way. Right, so yeah, I gotta learn to release it and turn around it like this. And push out my chin, right? That was all in my body. But if I'm already moving around and he goes for my chin, well, WT's gonna smack you. But if I'm moving around, my arms and my legs, once in a while it does that thing. I wanna do it for reps, 20 times, guaranteed. I don't want it to happen every once in a while. I don't wanna train my footwork. I want to train my trunk.